Hi, and welcome to FanCorner, your favorite nerdy, unhinged podcast. Today you have me, Rachel, the face of FanCorner, and then joining us is the lovely Tea. Woo!
Hi.
I am so excited that you're here. Especially this is not your first time. You came to
No.
my third ever episode. I was not good yet.
It was a while ago. I can't imagine how long ago it was, but it feels like a while ago.
It was. Thank you for coming back. I'm glad I didn't scare you away. We even look at us. We're going to be on YouTube this time. This is just big leagues. If you completely forget the fact that I completely messed up my microphone settings in the beginning. But aside from that,
It's the big leagues. We're professionals.
So T is a content creator. T does all kinds of pop culture and sort of bookish games. Is that what you would call them?
Yeah, games, TV, film, bookish, games, quizzes, nonsense is what I call it, probably.
Nonsense sounds so mean when you've gone to multiple movie premieres, haven't you?
I've been to a few. I'm not sure why they invite me, but I've been. My most recent, I went to a House of the Dragon recently, which was fun. But I don't know why I'm there.
That's a crazy get, actually, though. I think a lot of people really like House of the Dragon, so the fact that you got to go is insane. So you were on the red carpet?
Yeah, on the red carpet. It was terrifying. I did.
Okay, how do you, as a content creator, I can't imagine how terrifying it would be to, how do you pick out what you're gonna wear?
Well, I didn't even get much warning, so it was just whatever I had, and I found a waistcoat that I bedazzled to make it look dragony. But I don't know, there's so much pressure at those things, and I was not used to it, and I am not used to it.
Well, it's so fun to watch you sort of succeed and thrive.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we've been friends since 2020, and I don't know if that's when you started, but it feels like that's when you started really popping off.
Probably. I think started about 2020, COVID era. Everyone turned to the internet, let's put it that way.
So today we're talking about musicals, all things musicals. We're going to get into it. But first things first, you're a theater person, yeah?
Yes. Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it. Watching it, being in it, love it. It's one of my favorite things. I feel like if I'd had the confidence younger, that would be what I'd be doing.
That makes sense. So were you a theater kid when you were younger?
I do think theater kid in the UK and theater kid in America have different connotations a little bit. Our theater stuff at school is not cool. It's not. There's no it's not good. It's bad, if anything. But I loved it. I grew up watching because my dad did a lot of amateur theater. So there's a photo of him playing the Beast when I'm a newborn, and he's holding me the Beauty and the Beast, and he's holding me newborn me. So I've been surrounded by musicals, and then in school, I kind of wanted to be involved, but it was all the cool kids, and I was not cool. It was all the popular people that got the roles, or the teachers' pets.
The politics is so rough in theater. That's a real thing everywhere. That's a real thing everywhere.
Yeah, in everything. And I had such a bugbear because we did in UK schools, you do an end of year show most years. And my year group, when we're doing Treasure Island. And I remember, I don't have many memories from school, but I distinctly remember the audition bit. And we had to learn this poem. And I was the only person in class that learned it off by heart and did it properly. And then it comes around to what roles are we playing? I was the parrot.
Does the parrot have lines?
Polly wants a cracker. Nonsense. I did not. I was not happy. I think I cried. And then I remember arguing them down because originally they wanted me. What was I? Maybe 11 then. On stage, dressed as a parrot. No. In the end, I ended up lying on the floor under the stage with a parrot on my hand, be like, bah, bah, bah. Fuming.
I mean, then you learned puppeting skills, so that's cool, I guess.
I think this counts as puppeting skills.
No, my high school production, because it was very, the senior girls got the roles. You had to be a senior. And so I'd done my dues, I'd done my stuff. I was they'd made special dancing parts for me in previous musicals, but then my senior year, I really pissed off the choir director. This is a true story. I decided not to do her, show choir group, because she wouldn't let me, like, if I did it, I couldn't also dance. And I was a dancer, and, like, I wanted to do the Nutcracker and stuff, and she was just, like, really intense. And so I was like, I'm unsubscribing from your nonsense. But so then we did Singing in the Rain, and I was up for Lena Lamont, and the director and the choreographer wanted to cast me. I didn't find this out till later, but they wanted to cast me as Lena, like I was supposed to be Lena. But the choir director was like, well, we can't give it to her because Lena Lamont, she's a movie star. She wouldn't look like that. Rachel has crooked teeth. I was in 12th grade. I sobbed so hard when I didn't get the part. I think I stopped breathing. Like, it was really intense. So
That's horrible.
don't recommend it. Okay, so a parrot. But
Horrible.
what roles?
Yeah,
Because you did a play recently. Like, what's
so
your
I
favorite
do-
roles?
So I do a lot of local, like, amateur dramatics, but we tend to do, like, more obscure plays, so there'll be ones that
Ooh.
no one has heard of. Like, little, like, proper plays, but, like, ones that don't cost
Yeah.
so much money to get the right to do, let's put it that way. But I will say, in secondary school, so if I could sing, would be in musicals. In secondary school, they did Into the Woods, and I was a tree.
The trees they're kind of cool. No, that's the
No,
stereotype.
don't try and make me cool.
You know what? Screw your theater teachers.
Yeah, I do a lot of acting. I love acting. And I fell out of love with it for a while because of the culture in schools around it. People were nasty.
Yeah.
And then I went back to it at A-level and again, hated it because I couldn't act properly when I knew the other people in the room were being judgy or whispering. Like, I remember everyone making a joke about it because I had to kiss, like, one of the guys on the cheek. Like, at this point, we're, like, 17. Like, we're not kids. We're, like, mature.
Yeah.
We should be. And it was all the joke because he was, like, the popular cool kid and I was, like, the nerdy kid. And it was like, Johnny's got to kiss you. And it was like, what? Mm-hmm.
That's so mean, because that's such a vulnerable place as a young actor to have those stage kisses. So, like, to have people jerks. I'm, like, really mad for you.
Yeah,
You
so I stopped for a bit and I found it again as an adult, but now I'm kind of in that place where you're like, oh God, how do you get back to how do you get into it properly as a 30-year-old, you know?
Well, you must be doing good, because I saw you had a role not too long ago. So
Yeah.
I think that's cool. And I also think it makes sense where you love acting that you are so, like, content creator-y now. Because I think, like, same with me. Like, when you think of artists or authors, you don't think good on social media, but because I was an actress, I'm like, give me the attention more.
Yeah, that
please.
performance aspect is fine. Because, like, when you go to these events, the whole time you're acting, kind of. Like, I'm always very keen to be myself in my content. I'm not talking like that. I just mean, like, you know, making sure you're talking well and you're making a good impression, rather than being all quiet and shy. It does help.
You have to be comfortable with attention. I think that's something acting really teaches you how to do. Absolutely. Or at least it tries. I don't know. Okay. So when you were younger or older, whenever it happened, what musical got you into musicals? Like, which one was your hyperfixation?
Okay, so this is one of the few questions that I actually looked at that you kindly sent a list over of what you were going to ask. And this is the one that made me think, like, I actually don't know because it's always been there. I think, like I said, from being born, my dad did musicals. I have a vivid memory of him doing Oklahoma at the local Amdram. So it's always been there. But I will say very specific memories are going to my nan and granddad's house. And, you know, like, you want to watch something, but it wasn't today. We don't have Netflix. You've got what they've got. You've got your VHS tapes. And she had some musicals, and honestly, god-awful ones. She had South Pacific. And I vividly remember having, I know, but, like, it was my only option, guys. That. And also, like, for me, Sunday mornings watching, like, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or Sound of Music, those are Sunday films. And I feel like those must be my first kind of intros into musicals. So I think so.
It makes sense where your dad, that story of, like, him holding you as a baby is so precious.
I have to send you the photo.
Yes, please do. I'll put it on the YouTube thing. It sounds so cute. No, I didn't know musicals existed really. My grandma, yeah, VHSs. My great grandma had Sound of Music, and so I remember loving Sound of Music, but I didn't realize that that wasn't like a one-off. You know, like I just, you know, I don't know, like you know what I mean.
Tried it once. Everyone, it's like the like Schmigadoon. They tried it once. Everyone's like, "Oh, what are they singing? What are they singing for?" Ooh, ooh.
They're like, actually, can you stop? No, when I was in high school though, I discovered Phantom of the Opera. And it was just a love story. Like I locked in so hard. That hyperfixation lasted for years. Like it was unhealthy, honestly, T. Like I was one of those girls that was like simping for the Phantom, which now that I'm older, I'm like, girl, run. Like I'm like, no.
I don't know. Book talk would be definitely all over the Phantom still, don't you? They're not judging you on book talk.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm judging. I think it's a sign because, you know, I ended up dating a really older man at one point, and I'm like, I look back on that, and I'm like, I feel like this should have been a sign I needed help. Like,
I know we're gonna talk about controversial things later, but I haven't seen it.
Phantom of the Opera? Wait, so like the movie or like a live production?
And I'm a huge gothic horror fan, so this lack of I don't know why I haven't seen it. I don't know why. I don't know now if I want to wait till I get to see it in the theater to see it. Maybe that's why I've held off now. Because it's not a hard one to come by. Let's be honest. That thing is going and going and going. But yeah, no, I know very little about it other than like on the little.
I feel like out of context too, that's such a wild part to note. Do you know what I mean? That's hilarious. I will say the movie is super good, actually.
Okay. I was gonna say I think most of my knowledge comes from Glee.
Wait, that's hilarious. Glee was so good though. Like for theater kids.
Oh, I love Glee.
Now when I see clips, I've been getting a lot of clips on TikTok recently. I think it's trying to convince me to do a rewatch. I'm a little icked out by Schuster now. I'm like, wait, what?
Which should have always been icked out by Schuster. Going back, like, there's two shows that, like, that should have been more icked out than I was. And the other one, this is a complete side note, is Pretty Little Liars, because I was so in love with Ezra. I loved him.
I was obsessed with him, and now I'm like, oh my god, he's a pedophile. Like, what's happening? It's really concerning. That's so funny.
Yeah, so, but Glee is one that didn't do justice to one of the songs, because vividly remember episode 1 of Glee, the first song is Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat, right? They don't actually do a hell of a lot of musical songs in Glee, really. It's mostly non-musical songs.
Yeah, they really don't.
That was one of them. And for years I'm like, that is a terrible theatre song. And then you actually go and see Guys and Dolls, and you're like, oh, this is actually like a good musical. This is an incredible song.
That's
and like the performance
really
is incredible. And I was like, I always thought it was a naff song because of Glee, but actually it's amazing.
I feel opposite about Chicago. Like, I love the one song where they're talking about murdering their husbands. It goes so hard. Like, it's so good. But I saw it on Broadway a few years ago, and I was like, really? Like, I was like, she's kind of a shitty person? Like, I was like, what the hell am I watching?
That's coming from the show that, like, has a whole bit where Rachel, like, makes a girl get attacked because she doesn't want her in the choir or something, if I remember.
I forgot about that.
Her to, like, a really dodgy and, like... So you they should have been showing the nasty side, really.
That is how competitive it is out there, you know? I should have fucked up that Lena Lamont girl's teeth, and then I would have had that role.
I think Glee is part of the reason why I didn't love musical, like when you said like theatre kid here, because that's not our experience. I don't know for a lot, then maybe there are some schools, but I don't think that's the majority of like British theatre kid kind of experience. We've got like a small tiny hall and you're doing like drama club and talking about drugs or something and being like, don't take drugs, guys. You're not like doing show choir and going to these really cool competitions. It's just not a thing. And there's no money. There's no light. You're on like your school hall stage that's also used as the canteen. It's not impressive.
Glee definitely, the budget that they had is not realistic at all.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I don't think anyone's watching it thinking like, these pyrotechnics are happening.
No, but I will say I lied to go to the high school that I went to. We said I lived somewhere I did not, so I could go to a much nicer high school, and they had a baller musical theater program. The theater, like straight theater plays didn't have as much budget. So like, but we would still do shows. Like I was Elizabeth Bennet my senior year. I was in Dancing at Lunessa, which no one knows that play. It's very obscure. We did Shakespeare, but it was a lot lower budget. But for the musicals, they like threw money at it. It was weird. So you're not wrong.
And the like sports side that are just so baffling to me, because our sport at school and your sport at school, according to TV at least, not the same. Not even mildly the same.
If I were to picture school for a British person without knowing, I would have pictured you like really intense Shakespeare all the time, and I have no idea where I'm getting that from.
It's like the one past the window, like Shakespeare, he's English, right? Yeah, we do study it, but we study it in English. It's more of an English, it's a very English literature thing rather than,
like theater thing. That makes sense. So have you ever been in a Shakespeare play then?
No, would love to. But so near me, there's only one amateur dramatics group that doesn't do musicals. So I'm restricted to whatever they're willing to do. And it's usually like the most, no offense, I love them and I love being in the shows and they put them on well. Naff shows. They pick naff scripts all the time. They're naff. Like, it's always
what does
like
that word mean? Naff. What does naff mean?
Like,
we're speaking the same language, but we're not. Like,
bit rubbish, I guess. A bit like mediocre. If it's naff, it's like, I'm not saying it's awful. I'm just, it's a bit.
Yeah.
It's naff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's I didn't even think about that one. Yeah. So like shows about care homes and stuff, and you're like, okay. I want to do like. I want to perform like a dramatic monologue from a Shakespeare play or something, and it's not what you're getting, no. But they do them well, just, I'd like something different.
You know what? You should just, like, we'll start a YouTube group, and we'll just do Shakespeare on YouTube. There you go.
I'm sure everyone is asking for the content creators ex-Shakespeare collab.
They're like, you what? Like, they're so confused. I did some videos about Hamlet right before Taylor Swift's new Fate of Ophelia came out, and people were weirdly into it. It actually they were like, can you do more of these? And I didn't. But so I do think we could make it a thing if we wanted to, T. We have the Riz.
Yeah.
That's aging me.
I don't think I'm allowed to use that word as a 30-year-old. I think I'm too old to say Riz.
Okay, so I'm older than you, officially, as of 3 weeks ago.
You get away with it. I think your accent lets you get away with it more.
I do think the English accent makes you sound sophisticated. You could be saying anything, and it's sophisticated.
Oh, skibbity Riz doesn't sound so well in the accent.
That's hilarious. Okay, so do you have a current musical fixation?
I do. It is Something Rotten. So I watched it when I went to America when I was at university. It was on Broadway. It was incredible. I loved it. Amazing. Then it never came to the UK, and it continued not to come to the UK. And then it was going to come to the UK, and then there was like this pandemic thing, really rude, and so it didn't come to the UK. And now it is finally in the UK, but currently just finished a short run in Manchester, so I couldn't go. It's very far away. Despite what you guys think, you're probably like, that would have been an easy journey. It's only Manchester. Like,
I don't know, isn't it like an hour maybe?
It'd be a bit more, but again, it's not actually that far. But I didn't see it, and that is hopefully finally transferring to the West End. I love Something Rotten so much.
Well, I'm so excited it's finally coming to you.
So happy.
There's something so magical about being obsessed with the musical, like from just, like even just the discs until you can see it in real life. It's a very, it like makes it last longer, I feel like.
So before that, my biggest one, and I have to provide extra context for this, was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but the one performed in the UK. Because
They're
They
different?
changed it. The
Tea!
UK one, yeah.
I can't say because then it sounds like I'm like calling out your name. Like
That was such a good. So, the one in the UK was the original, and it was based more on the books. So it had like mostly original songs. They did one song that was the same, and that was the like "Come with me, then you'll see a world of pure imagination." And then it closed here, and I'd seen it here like 4 times. I had something about it, loved it. And then I was traveling, and it had gone to Australia, the American one that they'd done, then toured and went to Australia. And I saw it. They had taken out a bunch of the original song and put in the movie songs.
oh.
Yeah.
I actually
very
think that's probably why I
disappointing.
haven't seen it, is because I feel like when we make in America, when we make stuff from movies like that, it tends to be really like
There's
the
like a
Mean Girls
really-
musical. I don't know. I
Mhm.
just don't vibe with it.
There's a really good song in the London recording when they're in the house and with the golden ticket and stuff, and they just changed it to like the "I've got a golden ticket," and they also made things more obvious. So in the British one, like there's this lady selling chocolate comes on at the start, mysterious, hands try the chocolate. At the end, that same lady comes on, pulls the hood down. It's Willy Wonka. Amazing, and then disappears. In the American one, or when I was in Australia, pulled the hood down in the start bit, looked to the audience like it's me, so that you knew who it was, and I was like, I didn't need that. Was the surprise at the end?
No, here's the thing you have to understand, T. Americans are stupid. Like, we have to have things spoon-fed to us. I'm mostly teasing, but also I'm not surprised to hear that. Like, honestly,
You
not
can
surprised.
say it, not.
I am really obsessed right now with Hades Town. Have you seen it or heard of it?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. But I have been told it's one that I would really like.
It's so good. Based on the Greek myth of Eurydice and Orpheus. So Orpheus is like a deadbeat who like leaves her to die. People won't say it that way, but that's what happens. She screams for help. She has to go to hell because she's like starving. She dies, and he goes to get her back, which, to be fair, is pretty excellent. That's a good reparative action, right? A man that'll go to hell for you. But it's a heartbreaking musical. They just did a pro shot in America for it, so it was in theaters like 2 weeks ago. But I've seen it twice now when it traveled, because I don't live anywhere near New York. Speaking of like far away, New York is a trek. Like, I've been twice, so I've only technically seen like 3 Broadway musicals because it's really far. But one of them was Hades Town.
I've seen 2, and I live in the UK.
Okay, good. So yeah, we love musicals, but like they're hard, they're expensive. Like, your girl's gotta save up. I don't know. Like, but I don't know. It's been fun watching all the discourse online about it, where it's been more popular than we would have thought, because like non-musical people are going to see it now. And I'm seeing their reactions, and they're just so heartbroken and devastated, and it's like so fun to watch.
Piece of the pro shot is so great for everybody. The Waitress, for example, got pro shotted here on National Theatre Online, which is, by the way, if anyone, I'm not affiliated, but like, get that subscription. It's incredible. And that's mostly plays, but they've got Waitress on there, and then of course that'll be, and didn't what is it? I can't think now. Daniel Radcliffe's one got a pro shot recently. Oh, was it Merrily? They did.
He was in Merrily. I don't know if that's the one that was pro shot, because he was also in the successful.
They definitely recorded it. The one with him. I can't remember the names.
I'll look it up. I'll put it in the show notes. It'll be
They
fun.
make it so much more accessible for everyone, and that's what I like, because people that don't consider themselves musical people are more willing to go spend £15 or whatever to go to the cinema and watch a pro shot of a musical. Obviously, then you can't justify chancing whether you're going to like it on the money it costs to go to a real theatre in the West End or on Broadway or wherever. So I like how much more accessible it makes it. So I'm glad people are watching Hades Town, and hopefully I'll see it now.
Yeah, I hope it came to the UK. I actually don't know, because I know they do that like annoying thing where sometimes our stuff, like, it was really hard. I haven't watched the what is it? The Other Bennett Sister. It just came to America. so I can just now watch it.
So good. It's so good. Side noting, but I cried every episode, but not because it was sad, just because it was like, oh, that's so relatable. Oh my God, I just want her to be happy and all this. And it's so good.
I'm so excited. I think I'm going to make it a whole weekend thing this weekend.
Do
like
it.
little
It's
tea
so
sandwiches.
lovely. It's so lovely. But there is, on like an opposite way round, there is a British TV show called Professor T. It's not a big one. It's just like a police one with Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller. Yeah, Ben Miller, the English one, not the American one. I know
That
who
makes
I'm
more
picturing.
sense. Makes more sense.
Not Ben Stiller. It's not high budget. It's low budget, like ITV drama. Ben Miller, lovely. It aired in America before here, and I couldn't watch it here for ages. But it aired over there, and I was like, "But it's ours. But it's mine. But it."
Yeah, that's annoying.
It's not. It's not. Okay.
Maybe this isn't legal, so if it's not, we'll pretend I didn't say it. Could you use a VPN? Like, is that a stupid question?
You might be able to, actually. Although, depends which channels. I know that because I actually lived in China for a while, so I'm very au fait with a VPN. Let's put it out there.
You probably know more than me, then, to be honest. I just know they exist. That's all I got.
It was the only way I could watch Netflix, okay? Don't come for me.
No, I respect it. As you should. You're not going to fall behind on pop culture? No, I get it. Okay, so speaking of, like, UK versus America. First of all, am I supposed to be saying UK, or should I be saying England?
No. UK is fine. We have so many names for one thing. We just can't stick to it. I prefer UK because it's more inclusive of the other parts of the UK. But if someone if someone tells you to only call it England, they're probably not the type of person that you want to be hanging out with. Okay. Ooh. The people that are like, it's England, not the UK. They're probably not your friends.
Okay, this was good to know, because I don't want to be, like, on the MAGA version.
Like, you can call it England, no one's going to have a go at you, but if they're like, it's England, not the UK, that's a thing that you probably don't want to be associated with.
I get it. Okay, so, I have to know, and also speaking of pro shots, Hamilton was a huge thing here, even before the pro shot. Like, I've never seen a musical get that big before the pro shot. Was it big there, where it's about American Revolution?
Yeah, huge. Huge. Hamilton is huge here. When it first came out, impossible to get tickets. Still very difficult, expensive to get tickets. So popular. Unbelievable. Yes, absolutely, it's popular here. And even though, because I think what people kind of forget is, sure, it's kind of like very anti-us, really, let's be honest. But we're also anti-us. We think, like, we're so self-deprecating that, like, you know, when you see the discourse online and it's British people making jokes at Americans and they come back and say something about us and we're like, yeah, we know, we suck, we know, we don't like ourselves, and that's a big part of our personality. Is that all you got?
That's just like a normal day.
Yeah, we are aware how awful our country is. So yeah, we love it. It is very popular here. We could also watch, like, you know, I've seen it online. I've seen the pro shot. That's accessible here. I still haven't seen it in person. I'm desperate to, but it's not cheap, that one. It's not a cheap one.
No, it never goes on sale. It never whatever. No, I don't blame you. But I have seen the pro shot, and I was addicted to that for quite a few years. Like, I could, for a while, I don't know if I still could, I could rap the whole thing. Like, it was a problem. So... Do you ever like work out to musicals? Like, I feel like that's like a weird musical theater kid thing.
Well, yes, only, but I only listen to musicals. I have a few songs. 99% of the time I'm listening to musicals It's just something about the way they're written, the way the songs are written. That I think they play into my love of literature and storytelling, because the songs tell stories better than pop music. So most of the time I'm listening to musicals. So it would be weird if the only time I didn't listen to musicals, I'm like, I'm exercising now. Turn off the musicals. Let's pop on some Taylor Swift.
Interesting. So, okay, speaking though of storytellers, do you like Taylor then, or no?
No, I don't know.
You're like, not really. That's so valid. Okay, that's fascinating.
I'm trying to think of right. So like my music that I listen to that's not musicals is all childhood ones. So it's like bands that I liked growing up. So it's like McFly and Busted and Mika I love. And it's ones that I have nostalgia for rather than newer ones. And there are people I'll be like, oh, they're nice. I'd like to see them if they pop up on TikTok probably. But when I listen to the radio, I'm listening to Magic at the Musicals. So I'm not even hearing the new music. I don't hear it. I don't know.
That's amazing. Okay, so which song, like if you had to pick, like what song like gives you motivation, whether it's in the gym or whatever, like which one makes you the most excited, like musical theater song?
Oh, it definitely depends. Like some of my recent musical theatre ones, and this is actually going to be so hypocritical for what I'm going to say later. It's so hypocritical, and I'm aware, because if we talk about controversial opinions, this is going to contradict what I'm going to say. 9 to 5 from 9 to 5, like that musical theatre version is so good. It's so hypey. I love it. It's better than the normal song, in my opinion. That opening up from Waitress is a common one on my playlist. 6, the musical. Now, I didn't love seeing it in person. Controversial opinion. The music's good though. The music's very good though. On the soundtrack. I don't love the show itself. Controversial. But yeah.
I haven't seen the show, but I'm obsessed with the music, so I hope you're wrong for when I see it one day.
Yeah, but I love the music though. I listen to the music. I love the music. Didn't love watching it.
That's interesting. Yeah, Get Down. I get down to that all the time. I'm obsessed with it. And then
I like? Oh, the one where she goes through like sorry, not sorry about what I said. That one. I'm just trying to have some fun. That one.
It's such a banger. Like it's very pop music. I'm obsessed with it. And then I listen to My Shot a lot from Hamilton, which is so angsty of me. Like I'm not gonna waste my shot, and I'm just living a basic life. Like, what are you talking about?
That's so good. I do. That's definitely, if I was to go on my Spotify now, that would definitely come up. I think at the end of the year when it did the Wrapped, my top one was Opening Up from Waitress. So I feel like I think I must listen to it in the mornings, like I'm some sort of main character, and I'm like getting up and like, well, time to start the show, and then I play like Opening Up as I'm getting ready. Like,
no, that is such a life hack. I went through a phase not too long ago where I started my day with like the Twilight soundtrack for the same reason. Like I was just like, I wanted to be in this like angsty but like main character, whatever. My partner of 3.5 years left me not too long ago, and I think like that sadness, I was like, yeah, like good. Edward should stay gone. He sucks. Like that was my energy. So
I think that, and as I've mentioned before, Something Rotten is on my frequently listened to. Although it's a very long song, a musical song. It's like 6 minutes long or something ridiculous.
Yeah, well, to be fair, musical songs sometimes they be doing that. Don't hit the computer. If you have a playlist, so do you have a Spotify playlist with some of your favorite songs?
I probably do. Yeah.
You should share the link.
I
want to get into it because I think you're into some musicals because when I listen to musicals, I'm ridiculous about it. I hyperfixate for about 3 months on it, and it's all I listen to for 3 months, and then I go away. Like I don't and I'll listen to it from start to bottom. Like it's a problem, except for My Shot. And so it would be good for me to start mixing it up. You know what I mean?
I'm a skipper. Like I will not listen to the whole. Like I'm like, that's a boring one. Skip that one. Skip that one. I also get really frustrated when you go on Spotify and you're like looking for a musical playlist, and then they just add every song from every musical on there.
Yes.
I don't need to listen to every song from Hairspray. A couple of Hairspray songs, a couple of this, a couple of that. You don't need to be giving me a playlist with 1,000 songs because it has the whole soundtrack from every single one. What are we doing?
You don't need the overture. Yeah, like that's a little overkill.
Yeah, controversial opinion. I don't need the overture.
You unlocked a memory for me. I was in Hairspray in high school, actually. Yeah. I was one of the council kids. I don't think I could listen to it to this day because of that. But good musical. Okay, speaking of, let's get into, I know you've hinted at a few. We've gotten a few. But what are your most controversial musical opinions? And don't worry, I have some too that I'll get canceled for, so hit me.
So the one that I've like kind of referenced to, especially being a hypocrite, is I am not a jukebox musical fan at all, and I do not think we should really be making them, and they really annoy me.
Wait, okay. So when we were DMing about this, I thought you were saying you were going to talk about jukebox musicals like in a positive way. So that's so funny. So do you not like Moulin Rouge?
Wow, no, not really.
You like Rachael? That's the only jukebox musical I like, to be fair. I looked up jukebox musicals because you'd mentioned them. I was like, do I know any others? And none of the other ones do I like.
I think I love the style of music in musicals. And I know that's a different range of stuff from Hamilton to more cheesy things, but they have kind of that theme that connects them. I don't so much need to listen to the songs from Queen sung around a musical. I like the story, and when you use the songs, you write them to your story. That is always, to me, providing a better plot than shoehorning in a song and then shoehorning a story around that song that we've got to try and make them fit. There are obviously exceptions. For example,
Mamma Mia.
I don't love Mamma Mia.
Oh no, Mamma Mia is so good. That hurts. Moulin Rouge, I kind of get it. I love Moulin Rouge, but I kind of get it. But Mamma Mia?
I don't know. I just think I think that's less about the music and just more like that's not my type of show, I guess. And this is not in a sort of snobby way where people are like musical songs are just better. It's not that. It's just something. I'm yet to find one that proves to me that they are better than just things with original music written for the show. There are obviously exceptions. So I recently saw something called The Ministry of Lesbian Love Affairs. Wonderful, small musical. And that is a lesbian choir. And they sing these jukebox musical. They sing these already established songs. But they're doing it as a choir so it makes sense that they're singing these songs and it's not trying to fit the plot of the story. And I think a big one, like I've already said, Rock of Ages really does like twist around the songs that they've got. So I do like it and I see the benefit, but And Juliet, for example, cannot get behind And Juliet. I've tried. Can't do it.
I came this close to getting rush tickets to it while I was in New York. I didn't, but I actually haven't listened to the music yet, so I don't have an opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna ask some questions about Moulin Rouge, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So have you seen? Because they're two very different things. Have you seen the movie? Because the movie came first, actually.
I have a very long time ago, and I've never seen it again, so I don't know if that means that I didn't love it. I don't think I hated it.
Okay. Yeah.
I have seen it, but a very long time ago, and I have not seen it on stage.
Okay. It gets worse on stage, actually. That's my hot take. I think, and it's funny because I still go see it every time I can, because I do still kind of love it, but no, they like completely nerf Satine's character, and like they give a lot of her like a lot of her powerhouse moments, and like her dream of being an actress isn't a thing, and like just all that stuff. It ends up being kind of more about the main guy, which I think is because it was Aaron Tveit, and so they just wanted to give him more songs. And he's a great singer. This is nothing against Aaron Tveit. He's whatever. I don't have an opinion. But you can't give him every fucking song. Do you know? That's not even a play. Like, just give him a concert. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a totally different thing. But But yeah, so like they gave him Roxanne and stuff, things that didn't make any sense to give him. And like it drove me nuts. But I still have a good time. They make the Duke hotter though, and that's fun. It's kind of fun to have like him actually be tempting versus this like in the movie he's kind of like this like very quirky, funny little guy that no one can take seriously. So that's fun. My other hot take is I actually really hate old musicals.
That is a hot take.
I know.
Okay. Give me, okay, oh, like, wait, yeah, how old? What are we talking about?
Okay. So basically, and this is going to be crazy. People are going to be like, you're not even a musical theater fan, Rachel. I hate musicals that I call it sing for singing's sake. And so like Oklahoma does it. She doesn't fall in this category, but I still hate it. I hate Hello Dolly. I hate it. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. That one I hate because it's rapey as hell.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't think many people are arguing on you for Seven Brides. And I was going, actually, I think that's a really good moral of that story. I don't think.
Okay, so what's weird is, so I live in Utah, which you probably don't know the lore about Utah.
No, I'm not aware of the Utah backstory.
Okay, in America, we're made fun of a lot because we have a lot of a certain religious group, Mormons.
We know. So okay. We've all seen Book of Mormon. We are aware.
Okay, so you're like, you kind of know. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. So, it's very conservative in my area, and so people will put on Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, and actually, someone choreographed that production, and I was like, I'm not doing it. Like, they were like, will you audition? And I was like, absolutely not. Like, no way. Because, yeah, I find it immoral, and so I don't want to be in it. And she was like, well, it's good because they find love in the end, and, like, blah, blah, blah. It was very, like, weirdly ick. So, like, it's funny. You're like, no one's arguing. Girl, I have met so many people arguing it's good here. They're wrong.
That is, you know, that's bizarre to me. I'm not aware of that.
I'm glad it's not like that outside of Utah. That does kind of make sense to me, though. Utah is just... We're weird. We're our own thing.
It's a Utah thing. It's a Utah thing.
It is a Utah thing.
So when you said old musicals, are we including things such as Oliver?
No, Oliver's good. Oliver's good.
Okay. So we're going below that. Yeah. From there.
So old, I think it happened
like
more
South
often.
Pacific. Like I said, South Pacific, terrible.
Yeah, South
Get
Pacific.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah, no, just they're like doing random songs for why are we doing this? Like, what's even happening? Like, you know how there's like people that hate musicals with a passion and they're like, why are we singing? Sometimes I feel that way in some musicals. I'm like, why? Like, you better feel emotionally driven to sing, otherwise get the fuck off the stage. That's kind of...
What? Okay, so with that logic, what are we thinking about Les Mis?
Okay, so I would argue Les Mis is an exception, even though, yeah, they sing the whole time. Because it all feels emotionally connected.
Okay,
like, it's still grounded. I love Les Mis. And here's a hot take. I actually liked the movie. Like, people hated it.
Me too.
Good!
It's
so good!
Yeah, I listen to the soundtrack from the movie all the time.
I know some musical people are like, oh, certain ones of them couldn't sing. And I was like, look, I think they sound good. Yeah. You're being a pretentious ass right now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'm all over. I'm all over that. Yeah.
I
liked it. I saw it with theatre people, and they were all judging it after. And you're like, oh yeah, I agree. It was a very good. And then they leave, and you're like, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Like, I didn't love the added song, the one that's not in the stage show, but
I don't know which one's added. To be honest with you,
I really liked how they did. I really liked it.
It was my first interaction with
Eddie Redmayne as well. Eddie Redmayne's amazing.
When the kid dies, it's so powerful in the movie. I saw it on actual Broadway. It was my first ever Broadway production. I was like 19 in New York. And it was so bad. Like, there was no emotional impact. That's a crazy take, I know. But I was like, this is Broadway? Like, this? Like, and some people have told me, because I went on 4th of July, which is obviously an American holiday for Independence Day. And so it was the understudy cast. So some people have been like, well, of course it was bad. It was the understudy cast. And I was like, this is still Broadway. Like, The staging's the
Broadway
staging.
prices, the prices are still the same.
Yeah, exactly. It was still really expensive, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to the movie, actually. Thanks.
Well, I saw it on Broadway the same year I saw Something Rotten, so it must have been a lot later. And it was good when I saw it. But it must have been later.
It must have been, it really could have been a bad director or anything. Like,
yeah, because I'm sure things change a lot. But you can't tell me about it. Look, if we hadn't had Eddie Redmayne in Les Mis the film, I do not believe he would have continued to go down this theatre route. And I don't know if I would have got Eddie Redmayne MC Cabaret.
That's probably true. You have to let actors sing too. Period. Sometimes, God forbid, they make better singers. Like, once they, like, tone in. I want to be wrecked.
Daniel Radcliffe started here, and he is just, he is found where he is on that singing, that voice. He's so good on stage. His presence is so good.
He's so dynamic. I tried so hard. He was technically, what is the name of his little play? Like, Every Brilliant Thing. He just did it at Broadway. And it was while I was there, but tickets, T, they were so expensive.
It's because he interacted with the audience.
Yeah.
So if you're in the room, you might speak to him, and then da-da, and da-da. And
it went viral on TikTok, and so the prices, I was like, oh, I'm thinking about it. And then within 3 days, I looked again, and they'd gone up 3 times. And I was like...
And you've got Daniel Radcliffe there doing that brilliant play, and then doing that musical that he did, whose name still is escaping me, and I know it. And then you've got Draco Malfoy across the road playing Draco Malfoy because he can't let that show go. Move on, Tom Felton. I don't think that's a controversial opinion. I think that's a widely accepted opinion, but back to controversial opinions. Look at that little segue.
Yeah.
I saw The Lion King.
Yeah? Oh, is it not good?
It's incredible. And don't get me wrong, I'm not judging their singing. Beautiful. Yeah. Their puppetry. Incredible. And maybe it's just because how well do we know this plot that I sat there the whole time being like, I know everything that's going to happen. But it wasn't gripping me enough to not care about that. I cared so much that there was nothing. I was really bored. Really bored.
That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. Because I can rewatch, you think about it, like Moulin Rouge is just a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, whatever. Like, I watch Shakespeare all the time. I don't care. I'll watch it a million times. So, like, if they're not gripping you, that's a bad sign. A lot of the Disney musicals are weird, to be fair. But I've never seen it on stage, and I've heard it's terrible on stage. I have no idea if that's true. But I really like the musical, The Little Mermaid, that they added.
Ooh, apparently it is bad, but I don't know. I think it's the same with their remake live actions of Disney films, isn't it? I think they're just remaking something that we all know so well, and not having any creativity with it, changing things like Moana that's just come out. The live action is scene for scene almost the same. So maybe it's to do with that. There's nothing extra or added. I think you need that for the theatre. I do question the amount of things we're now moving from screen to show. A lot of film-based or TV show-based even theatre projects. Did you know that The Traitors, the reality TV show, is getting a theatre show?
Why?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I think let's come up with original ideas.
Yeah. Okay, we can disagree on this. I love a retelling. I'm a fairy tale girl. I love a retelling. I like seeing different interpretations of the same text over and over and over again. I'd watch Hamlet a million times. But I also agree with what you're saying. Like, if they're not going to change anything, then it starts to get weird. Because what are we doing? Like, you have to have a new essence. I think that's why Cinderella worked. Because they did change enough.
Yeah, and a reason you feel that this is the time to remake this thing or redo this thing. And retellings, I think, are slightly different to these Disney ones, for example. I think they are just copy and paste.
Sure.
Whereas
they started doing that. Yeah.
Whereas I think I've probably seen 4 or 5 versions of Midsummer. Because they bring something else, or we change the setting, or we change the characters, or we gender swap, or we change what we're focusing on, or the way the way we're doing it. Because theatre, I And one of the reasons I'm hard to insult Lion King is because of the way they use the props. Because that I find myself halfway through a show all the time being like, sorry, I'm not listening. I got distracted by this set or this prop over here. So if you're giving me a good production with incredible scenery and the way you've staged it, sure. But if you're giving me copy and paste from something we all know so well, not so much my area. But if people love it, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it does have to have a new something. I agree. The Little Mermaid musical they did has a lot of new music in it that I really felt like added a lot. But I've heard the stage production sucks, so what are you going to know? But I still listen to the music.
Interesting.
Maybe just because they're on roller skates, it might just be something you can't really do on stage.
Because the way they move.
Yeah, because they're like under the sea. Do you know what I mean? Like, with the best music in the world probably can't cover up for the fact that that's kind of a weird... And they put Ariel on a harness to, like, lift her as she swims up. You know? So I do think that that's kind of a hard one to probably pull off on stage in a lot of ways, honestly. You had more hot takes than I was expecting. It was delightful. Do you have any more?
I'm quite opinionated person, if you can't tell. I'm so used to having the controversial opinions because I love, like, I'm going to say the very English word again. Apparently, I just love naff stuff, apparently. So people often disagree with me. I watch the TV shows that everyone won't. I watch the, like, tiny Channel 5 ITV dramas that people are like, sorry, this is for old people. Yeah, I love it. So I'm used to having controversial opinions.
You're like, it's good.
Mean ones. Not mean ones. Not nasty controversial. Just ridiculous.
In my heart of hearts, I do have mean opinions all the time. I try not to share them, though. But I'm actually a bitch. Like, that's my secret. This is all fake. This bright exterior is fake. I'm a bitch to my core. But no, I feel you. I have really intense opinions about every single thing ever. So it's really funny because, like, our musical, like, I feel like we kind of, like, watch slightly different musicals. And, like, I'll go hard about every single decision they make. Like, no one else cares. And I'll be pissed off about it. Like, literally, everyone's like, I didn't even notice that. And I'll be, like, mad for 10 days. And that's why I go viral sometimes on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, speaking of virality, this wasn't a question I was going to ask, but I'm so curious, like, while we're talking about controversial opinions, like, do you ever get, like, attacked in, like, a really wild way for your opinions?
Yeah, it's happened. Absolutely. And I think it's even odd because I don't really put much controversial stuff out there.
No,
Mostly
you really don't.
I'm trying to be good. And not that being controversial is not good. Like, we're allowed our different opinions, but I'm just aware of the way that people react to things. But,
yeah.
oh my God, absolutely. And sometimes I've given the most mild take on something. And someone's in the comments, no, that's ridiculous. I'm like, whoa, I'm not even being controversial. This is like cheddar. We're not going spicy here. This is basic. What are you doing?
That's amazing. Is that an idiom? Or is that something you just came up with? I'm obsessed. That's like cheddar. Like, that's so good. I'm gonna say that all the time. I'm obsessed. You're like, was it controversial or was it a fact? Like honestly.
We're not getting spicy up in here with some red Leicester or anything. No, we're going cheddar. Okay, yeah. So people have strong opinions and that's fine. But some people can't deal with other people's not being the same opinion.
Yes.
As that, a lot of it I get when I talk about Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, that fandom, they're intense. Sometimes I get told for my art business that I should do Doctor Who stuff, and I'm like, I'm not touching that. Like, I'm not touching that. Like, no, thank you. Like, but like with love, with so much love, I'm not touching that.
I love it, but it's such a little minefield because you say anything and I'm like, oh, okay, so the first Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, he's not the first, he's the ninth. I know he's the ninth. We all know he's the ninth. Well, I didn't mean first as in the numbers. I meant like the first new. Oh, okay. And then I say something. Well, actually, you're not a proper Classic Who fan. First of all, I have actually watched Classic Who. Sorry that I don't love it because I feel like a lot of the earlier ones are a little bit misogynistic, shockingly, or just a bit dull. That's fine. Oh, if you don't like the classics, then you don't... I don't get... If the classics are your favourite, amazing. Love it. Enjoy it. if I prefer Matt Smith, what's the problem? Nothing's a problem. Why are we making this a problem?
No, people are so mean. It hasn't happened in a beat, but like 2 or 3 years ago, I had a video that went really viral, and I was getting like death threats, and it was just not that serious. I was actually kind of in shock. Like, I was like, it was just me expressing sadness that someone died, and so, like, why are we all like up in my business? It was insane. So I do think like the internet's a wild place, but I think you handle it with so much grace. And thank you so much for coming on today. Tell everyone where they can find you, how to support you, all the things.
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram mostly. I am supposed to be doing YouTube and Twitch, but don't worry about that right now. Instagram and TikTok and some tea. It will come up. I'll be the one with probably funky, bright coloured hair that appears on the screen. Come and join and play some games. I talk about TV, film, books, pretty much anything. If you comment, can you do a game on this? I will probably do it, because if you give me the ideas and I don't have to think about it, beautiful. Lovely stuff. That's for me.
Everyone loves them so much. I'm so excited to see what else you end up doing, what other premieres you end up going to. Like, it's so weird because we've interacted for so many years, and like a lot of times when I interact with someone this long online, I end up meeting them at a Comic-Con eventually or something. But we're so far away from each other.
So far away. One of us has to go to a different country in order for that to happen.
It's a lot. But if I ever go, you're the first text I'm going to send. Perfect. I'm going to be like, I'm in the country. Where are you? And I'll be on the wrong side somehow.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Because if you come to this country, you're going to visit London, and that's near. Like, I live near enough to London that there's no problem here. Because you're not, if you come to England and you're like, I'm up here. Like, I do think people should visit other places. But you're going to go to London. I know you're going to go to London. So I'll meet you in London.
That's exactly where I'll go. So good. It all works out. Perfect. FanCorner updates. Just remember, you can go support some musical theater art prints in my shop. They're linked down below. I have a fairy tale. Go buy it. Go review it on Goodreads. Do the things. Tea's read it. Tea loved it. So there you go. That would be really funny if you were like, actually, I hated it.
No, it's just out of shot on my wall still.
That's so cute. Is it really? Oh! Okay, I'm obsessed. That's amazing. Thanks for all joining us today, and have a very magical day.